Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. On this channel we post writing tips, unboxings, book hauls, book reviews and the occasional vlog. And today I have another book review for you, and it is Sorcerer to the Crown by Zen Cho. If you're new here, don't forget, if you like what you see, to subscribe to this channel. Your continued support means a lot, so thank you guys so much. This was a charity shop find by myself and Matt's dad at the Oxfam charity bookshop in Keynsham a few years ago now. So this has been on my shelf for quite a while. And if you're not new to my channel, you'll know I'm really trying to make a dent in my TBR. If you haven't seen, I did a TBR vlog. That link is above me now, and it's but I'm so glad I did it. It shows my problem. But I'm trying to get through my TBR, or at least make a dent in it, and also trying to read the books that have been on my shelf the longest as well. So I've really gone to town on it last year, and I'm doing the same this year as well. So this is one of those books. It is a book that surprised me because when I first started reading it, honestly, I wasn't too sure. But then I got hooked to it. The writing style is quite interesting. It sort of gives like a steampunky feel. It's a historical, magical fiction. It's not one I think I would reread, but it is one I did enjoy and would give to someone else to read. But as always in my book reviews, I'll read you guys the blurbs first. English magic faces its darkest hour. The fate of English magic lies in their hands. In Regency London, Zacharias Wythe, I can't pronounce it, is England's first African sorcerer royal. He leads the eminent Royal Society of Unnatural Philosophers, but a malicious faction seeks to remove him by fair means or foul. Meanwhile, the society is failing its vital duty to keep stable the levels of magic within His Majesty's lands. The fairy court is blocking its supply, straining England's dangerously declining magical stores, and now the government is demanding to use this scarce resource in its war with France. Ambitious orphan Prunella Gentleman is desperate to escape the school where she's drudged all her life, and a visit by the delinquent? Right here. Sorcerer Royal seems the perfect opportunity, for Prunella has just stumbled upon English magic's greatest discovery in centuries, and she intends to make the most of it. At his wit's end, the last thing Zacharias needs is a female magical prodigy, but together they might just change the nature of sorcery in Britain and beyond. First of all, look how gorgeous this book is. Look at that gold foiling. It is so beautiful. This book really deals with racism and sexism throughout. So just a trigger warning there, because especially at the start, it is very ouchy, but then you see that Zen Cho is fighting it. So yeah, it's a slap in the face to begin with, and then yeah, you can see the characters dealing with it and trying to make it better. But let me go into my quotes from this book. Page 46. But Prunella, think of the state of the attics, said Mrs. Daubeny. You know I said we should be sorry if we did not make haste to clear out the attics. And now here we are, with the Sorcerer Royal nearly upon us, and the attics uncleared. So this was the old me. If you're not new to this channel, you might know I got ill in 2023. I started suffering from anxiety and panic attacks, which actually has been something I've been dealing with my whole life and hadn't realised. It just hit a whole new level. Due to that, I've been to counselling, and I noticed some of my coping mechanisms from growing up as well. And one of those was, before people could come to the house, I would blitz the house, and this was causing so much burnout. Now, I still like the house tidy, but it doesn't have to be the windows must be cleaned before visitors can come into the house tidy. You know what I mean? And Mrs. Daubeny really reminded me of that. No one is going into the attics. It's not a thing that you need to make sure is clean before people come to your house. Page 157. I long to see the spring ball, she said. Henrietta said it was the prettiest thing she has ever seen, and she has been to dozens of parties. Are you going? What shall you wear? I shall go in what I am standing in, said Mac Gengang. A witch is always appropriate, whatever her attire. Now for me, this was so channeling Nanny Ogg from Terry Pratchett. If you're new here, I am reading the Discworld series by Terry Pratchett in order. I'll put a link to that playlist above me now. But Nanny Ogg, one of my favourite characters in that series. She is the most fearful thing in the woods, so why should she be afraid? And I just thought that McGengang is really pushing that Nanny Ogg style with the witch wears exactly what she wants. Now, this is page 157. I would say until McGengang and Nathaniel and Prunella really get together, I wasn't sure on the book. And it's when these three characters get together that I really started to enjoy it, because I love the sarcastic, sarky nature of their personalities and their relationships with each other. So they really brought the book to life for me. Page 159. She is telling Mr. Morton that everyone knows the hooting of an owl always precedes a death, said Prunella helpfully. I wonder what she means by prosing about owls at a ball. Oh, I see what she is at. She says she has not heard any owls hooting tonight, but if Mr. Morton persists in his impertinence, she may well do so. How cleverly she has put it. Again, channeling Nanny Ogg here, and I love that. Prunella and McGangang, I love these two women. Page 224. His Majesty paused to brood over the inequality of his wife's relations. It would be an end to all peace if they returned, he said with a sigh. We would give them our firstborn child if that would persuade them to stay away. Indeed, we made the offer, but they would not look at poor Cuthbert. I love that. It's such... So this is from the Fae King, and I just love how representative it is of the Fae, of how they tried to give away their firstborn child, and McGengang were just not interested, and like, oh, poor Cuthbert, he's not even worth their time. I just love this, and it also shows the brutality of the Fae. Page 313. Damn it, wife! These are conditions calculated to bring on an inflammation of the lungs if there ever were such, he shouted. Lady Frances will be in such a taking, she will not be fit to live with. She has just nursed me through a fever and found it so tedious, she has strictly forbidden me my contracting any further illness. I adore this. This is one of the members of the Sorcerer's Parliament, I suppose. And he's just got over a cold, basically, and his wife has forbade him from getting another one because he was so tedious and she doesn't want to look after him again. Love it. That's it for my quotes for this book. So we're now into my overall review of Sorcerer to the Crown by Zen Cho. And it does say on here, English magic faces its darkest hour. Just so you know that on the front. As I said, I wasn't into the start of this book. The writing style felt a little clunky and confusing for me. But then I really got into it and the end picked up with the characterization. It feels like a hidden gem in the fantasy genre, and I would be interested to read more of Zen Cho's work. I believe this might be their debut novel. I would recommend, but you do have to get through the start of it to really get into the story. So for my points, for enjoyment, I gave this 8 out of 10. For writing style, I gave it 7 just due to the confusion nature of it to begin with. Plot, 9. World building, 10 out of 10. I loved the world this was in. Characterization, I gave it an 8, albeit the characters were sometimes quite similar. Representation, 9. And originality, 10. Ultimately, I gave it 3.5 stars out of 5. I would recommend reading this book. I am interested to read more of Zen Cho's work. It's not one I think I would reread, but I would recommend picking it up if you see it. And that's it for this review. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If you'd like to see as soon as I upload, click that little bell down below. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook and Tumblr. I post general books, pictures, as well as writing tips and unboxings on there. And thanks for watching, guys. Bye!